Are you waiting for more people to come on?
Do you know what?
Is this...
Yeah, sorry.
I think we just go for it, mate. So this is over to you right now. This is your show right now. So So what I'll do is a quick sort of demo on how to set up your DiVA card. And obviously this will be something that we go into in more detail on a boot camp over a 5-day period or whatever you decide you want. But this is for those that are raring to get going now. So I've just going to share my screen. Hang on a second. And let's see if I can share it. Oh no, you've got to, can you enable? Yeah, sorry, mate.
Me to share it. Yeah.
Okay, you're good now.
Okay.
Wow.
We should have taken bets on how many we thought was going to be on.
Well, you can't blame people.
Do you want to check a number out?
No.
You know you like to.
Right, let's have
I'll text you a number.
Okay, so
Not everyone can quite hear you, Jules.
Bad man, Brooks.
right, so can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so down the bottom of your screen is what we call a burger menu, or it is called a burger menu. That's what it looks like, a burger, but it's three lines on top of it.
Yeah.
And so you can either press on that to bring up your menu, or once you become more familiar with the system, you can literally just type straight into the text field your keywords as you become more familiar with them. But if I go into my main menu, it comes up there with invite and share, member area, and support and training. So initially what I want to do is to set up my DiVA card. So I'm going to go into invite and share, and it's going to take me to the carousel that we were talking about earlier. So on your carousel, and believe me when I say this, people don't realize that you can swipe across the carousel, so you can go to what is on there. So some people think it's just that image, and it's not. You can obviously go across. So what I want to do is I'm going to create a DiVA card, but let me see. I might have created it already. Let's have a look. Good. Well, it's telling me I haven't. Now the reason for that is because when you saw me on the earlier presentation, I was switched to a prospect mode. So I was showing up as a prospect. Now I've moved myself to a member, so I'm showing up as a member. So if I go to set up now, and it will literally talk you through what you need to do. But it depends on what device you're doing this. So you can do it on your phone, and that's really easy to do. Some people choose to do it on their desktop, some on their laptop, some on, an iPad. And so when you do that, depending on the device you use, there can be slight differences. It's still super simple, but there can be slight differences in the buttons that you press. But I'm using an iPhone, and all iPhones are exactly the same. So I'm going to press get started, and I'm going to put in my telephone number in the international way. Like that. There's a bit of a lag, isn't there? On the
There is a lag. There's a terrible lag.
Thing again. Hang on. I'm going to stop. Yeah. It's been. I'll stop sharing it and I'll reshare it. Hang on. It's been like this all day. I don't know what's going on. It's happened to John as well, so a bit weird. Right, let's. So, did you see what I was talking about, or do I need to go back to it?
I saw it.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So basically, it's I've pressed get started. It's asked me for my phone number. I've put my phone number in the international way.
So so you actually put your phone number in the international way. So you put the plus in 44 and so forth. Okay.
Yes, correct. And then it asks you if that's correct, and if it isn't, obviously you can change it. So I'm going to say yes, that's correct. And then it says, well done, Ollie. Now it's time to put your smile on and take your selfie picture. Now, what you can do, if you want to, is, if you want to go away and take a whole load of photos prior to this and choose the best one from your gallery, if you look on my screen, down the bottom where the text bar is, to the left-hand side it says GIF. You don't want to be using that. Next to the GIF is a picture of a sunset. That's your gallery on an iPhone. Yep. I don't know what it is on an Android phone, but it'll be something similar. That's your gallery. And then the camera to the left of that is your camera. So you click on that and it opens up your camera. Be good to turn it around the right way. To do a selfie, take a selfie. If you're happy with your selfie, well, you press send anyway. It'll ask you if you're happy with it. You can always change it if you're not. So it'll take a while. So it depends on the resolution of the device you're using as to how quickly that'll go up to the server, but generally it's pretty fast. So yeah, thanks. Save now. Let's save that. One moment, please, while we save it. Are you happy with it? Not really, but for the benefit of this, I'm going to say I love it.
So everyone has a choice here, don't they? They've got a choice of either selfie or video. Yeah. So the people that don't want to do a video don't have to. They can just put a selfie there.
Yeah, you don't have to do a video. You should do a selfie. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your it's your connection to your prospects. They're going to want to see who you are. They're not going to want to deal with a blank space, really.
Yeah.
So, but you do get the choice of whether you add a video or not. And in our experience, what people can do is to have a script. Now, I know we were saying about not coming across as if you're reading a script, and that's absolutely accurate. You shouldn't. But if you have a script that you've kind of learned over and over again, which is something that is specific to how you as leaders train your team, if they can memorize that and use that, that is helpful in providing them the confidence to record something. But they don't have to, they don't have to. So I won't. I'll say not now, but I could do. In fact, I'm going to say yes, I do, because one of the gentlemen was asking me earlier how to record a video, and the camera icon wasn't coming up. So it's actually the same icon that you press. You press the camera icon. It's the same one as that you used for your image, but the difference is that when you press on it, instead of pressing it once to take the photo, on an iPhone anyway, you press and hold it. So just as an example, I'm going to press and hold the button, and I'm going to say this is a test video for the winner's circle test video. This is how you do it. I'm going to release the button. Boom, that's it. Now you press send, and it will send the video up to the server. It'll tell you when it's done. You'll see the blue line going across. Now, the guy that I was speaking to a minute ago was saying that it wasn't sending, that it wasn't, that it was coming up with an error saying that it wouldn't send. So let's see if that happens when I do it. It shouldn't do, but sometimes it can do, and that can be for normally two reasons. One reason would be that, or three reasons, sorry. One reason would be that the video is over 20 seconds, so you've got to keep it to 20 or under. Another reason could be that some of these super duper phones record in 8K resolution, and if the resolution is too high, too big, it'll make the file size too big and therefore won't go up to the server because it's just too big. And the third reason, which is quite common, but you know, you wouldn't think that people get stuck with it, is that their Wi-Fi or their signal is pants. You know, it's not very good, and therefore it's not sending. And they are really the only reasons that you should experience any issues. And if that happens, then you just need to re-record your video. You need to check your resolution settings and re-record your video. Now I'm telling you that I record my videos in 4K. I use I've got an iPhone, I record all the time in 4K, and that has recorded fine. I mean, I know I only spoke for 5 seconds. You can speak up to 20 seconds in 4K and it'll be fine. But if you go over, even if you go over it by, a couple of seconds, sometimes that can be enough to sort of mess it up for you. So that's how you get into the video. So I'm going to say, save the video, and it's going to process my DiVA for me. So I'm going to show my DiVA card, and there it is. Horrible picture. My welcome video will be in there. Let's press on it to see. Oh, well, I've just lost. Now it's there. It is there, my video, but I've just literally lost the connection. So hang on 1 second while we reconnect. Real pain in the neck. This. Let's reconnect. Hang on a second.
So, Rog, tomorrow, can we turn around and say to people, "Hey, did you miss that prize draw for $1,000? It was given away to just 20 of us." What a shame. Okay. I don't know if they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
So there's my DiVA card, and it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, if I wanted to share this, which obviously I do, there's 3 ways in which you can share it. Now, you can, as John was saying, and he was rightly saying, if you're going to share it in Messenger, then you need to share your DiVA card itself, not a URL or the QR code. And the reason for that is that Messenger and Facebook will generate a preview thumbnail image that attaches to a URL. And to give you the best example of that is if you ever share a Zoom link, you will see that you're sharing the URL, but up pops a Zoom image.
Yep. And
sometimes if you press on the image, it doesn't go anywhere. And that definitely happens with your URL. So if by mistake you send a URL in Messenger and your prospect comes back to you and says, "Well, I've clicked on it and it's not going anywhere," you then know that they're clicking on the image and not on the URL. So you can simply go back to them and say, "Look, just click the underlined text." They can click on that and boom, they go straight into your flow. So if I just show you, so on the right hand side of that image, there is a little square box with an upward arrow in it. And that's how you would share your card on Messenger. So I'm going to press on that. And if I was going to send it to John, for instance, but I'm just going to, on an iPhone, you can write a message. See at the top of the screen,
yeah,
it says, write a message. I'm going to write a message. test 200 because it probably is. And then I'm going to send it to John, which I've done. But I can send it to anyone. You know, I can write whatever my message is and send it to whoever I want to send it to. Now, on an Android phone, you do exactly the same, except the square on the right-hand side with the upwards arrow, I think, is replaced by some kind of blue arrow or blue dots or something like that on an Android. And you just do the same. You press on that, it'll take you to your messenger. You don't have the ability to add a text message or a text in there, but my advice would be that you either send a message prior to sending your DiVA or afterwards, so that it goes with some kind of message. And then if I press on my burger menu again, it can take me to the main menu, to keywords, support and training. So I'm going to go into support and training, and just show you again the carousel that you have. So you've got the team co-ops there. You've got your video library. You've got the networking times. You've got the keywords, which is good to see what the keywords are, and you know, and but you can access them from the burger menu or from the carousel. Best practices, you know, we can put anything in there. So the good thing is that you guys are beta testers. You've come into this early. You've recognised that there's an opportunity to be, you know, to lead the market, to have a system that is a super system. And so, you know, when you get together with your respective other leaders and your teams, and you consider that there's something else that you might want in this carousel, and Simon and Roger, whose system it is, say, you know, that's fine, let's go for that, then we can always add it into this carousel for you. So live support is, as it says, you get live chat support. It is live. It doesn't mean that there's always someone there, because I do have to sleep now and again, but I will get a notification and I'm always on it. So you'll get a quick response. It may not be an instant response, but you will get a response. And that can be the support that I tend to give is either written within the functionality, as one of you gents would have seen just moments ago, or if it requires sort of one-to-one or one to a few on a live Zoom like this, I'm more than happy to do it, to talk you through and to make sure that you've got an understanding of where you go and how you utilize your system fully. And then obviously there's the obligatory cancel your DiVA if you want to. We have to put that in there for terms and conditions. It has to go in there. But that is, you know, that is your system. And when we were talking earlier about, I'll stop sharing my screen now. I don't think you need it. When we were talking earlier about the level of support, the training that you've got, the boot camps that you can access, we can, when we do the boot camps, Roger or Simon can record them. We can add those boot camps into your accessibility, or make it accessible into your sort of training area within your members area. So you can always go back to it and look at it and, you know, be happy with it and know what you're doing.
And it's there for the new people. And it's going to be there for the new people that come on afterwards. Exactly
right. Because that's what happens. That is what happens. People come through and they say, you know, I want that system that you're using to recruit people. And of course, that's ideal. It's all about duplication, isn't it? And minimizing.
Yeah. Okay. So I just noticed that Andy's got a question. And Andy says, there's an option to add your WhatsApp and Facebook. Now, my Facebook's obviously my personal one. He posts things that he finds funny, but some find them offensive. He can rant and rave, etc. So much as he wants to add Facebook to DiVA, bottom line, can you add a page rather than a Facebook profile? Do we have a Facebook business page?
I think you can. I believe you can.
Okay.
I believe you can. But what people generally do, and the reason that we added it was that some prospects like to be able to find you on Facebook and to kind of see what you're all about. They like that as almost as a proof that you're real.
Yeah.
So that is added in there for that, to enable that functionality. However, a lot of people, for many reasons, don't utilize it. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. You don't have to. You don't. If you don't want to share your Facebook, then don't. It's just there for you to be able to do so if you want to.
Yeah. A couple of people are saying a group as well. Group's a bad idea, guys, because this is for your personal prospects. If you send them to the group without necessarily talking to you, the whole point is this cold flow is for your personal prospects. So you don't want to be sending your prospects to a group and they may actually speak to someone else, or even worse, see someone else. Perfect example, Simon will tell you, maybe a couple of months back, I was working with a guy for 6 weeks. I battled trying to get this guy into the business, and he finally sent me a message and he said, "Great, I've signed up." I said, "I can't see it." And he said, "No, I signed up." So, "Well, just check my back office. I can't see where you signed up. Can you send me a screenshot?" And he sent me a screenshot and he'd signed up. "Well, I don't understand it. I need to check it." And he'd signed up under someone, and as it happens, someone else in my team, but he'd signed up under someone else because he'd noticed that someone else was in the group who he knew was a friend, and he'd signed up under them. So you don't want to send them to a group. You keep control of your prospects for yourself. Yeah,
this is true. The thing is, though, it is also true that if there's a few of you that know the same person that is on your chicken list, for instance, or whoever gets in there first, it's going to save in their system. They're going to be tagged to that person forevermore. Yeah. So that even if, say for instance, as argument's sake, Roger, there's someone on your chicken list, and Simon thinks, bollocks, like he does, I'm going to just go and
he knows you.
See, I know him already.
We haven't got many women on.
I'm just going to go and send my DiVA card to this guy, and this guy hooks onto Simon's DiVA card. Even if you send him your DiVA card and he goes into your system and you see him answer all your questions, he's still tagged to Simon because Simon got in there first. So now
we actually did that in the initial test.
If people are getting the
by the way, my French, I'm not normally like that.
What do people search talking to us in the app? Is it Winner Circle or is it DiVA?
What do they search for? Your page.
It's in Messenger. It's the Winner Circle.
Yes, it's Winner Circle.
It's the Winner Circle in Messenger.
But they don't need to search for it. This is the whole point. They don't need to search for it. It comes up in
just in your Messenger flow, and as soon as the new message, it goes right to the top.
Yeah, that's right. So if I share my screen again, I'll show you exactly that. So hang on, let's share it. Okay, so if I come out of Messenger, if I go into Messenger, you will see at the very top, Winner's Circle.
Yep.
There you are. So, go into Winner's Circle, and obviously it's your conversation in there. I mean, if I go back, you won't get this, but I will get it. I've got a whole load of notifications where you guys are, or some of you are asking questions in the live chat. So there you go. David wanted to connect with live chat. So you won't get these, I get them so that I can go into live chat and support you guys. and girls. So
I've already answered his question, by the way. I've already told him that he wasn't listening earlier.
Well, look, the thing is that for us, it's not about it's not about whether someone was listening or not. It is a lot to take in, and we appreciate that. It's a lot to take in. It is super simple, but it's a lot to take in, and that's why we're.
Yeah. You know, it's just that he asked you, and then he asked me, and told me that he'd asked you.
Right, fair enough.
Right.
I used to do that all the time.
Right, Daryl. Just going to look at these questions. So Daryl, create your own separate Facebook group. Can you add it to a group?
I don't think
you can you? You can add pages, but you can't add groups.
Yeah.
So you can add pages. So if you're not active on Facebook, Daryl, got to be honest with you, all this traffic is coming from Facebook. All these leads are coming from Facebook, and Messenger is part of Facebook. You don't have to be going on there posting. Simon and I rarely post personal stuff the way young people live their lives on Facebook. But for business, I'm active, and that's the difference. So, if you look at my first Facebook profile, you're not going to see happy, smiling faces whilst I'm sat in a restaurant, because I don't do that stuff. Other people do. It's not there for me. But for business, I am. So just use what you're happy with.
We can go over that in more detail when we do the boot camp as well.
Yeah. Angela says, are the IAM presentation videos in here to be able to share? And you don't need the IAM presentation videos in here. The whole point of us creating the webinar sequence was that you can actually share the link to the webinar, and they can go and see the presentation in there. And it's Brandon doing the presentation. And yeah, I used to do those Wednesday presentations, and I never claimed to be anywhere near as good as Brandon. That's why we use Brandon for those presentations. He's the best in the business. That's a guy who sponsored 767 people in the last 4 years personally. Yeah, and that's just his personal people, not to mention thousands of people he signed up for other people. So a Brandon video is the perfect video. That's what you've got on the webinar. So we don't need that. Daryl, that group's on Facebook. It's not an app. No, it's not. It's not an app, Daryl. Right, okay, right. That's it. I think we've covered those. It was just this was Ollie. Sorry, you were going to say, Ollie.
Sorry.
After you.
I think we've frozen.
Rog, speak. Yeah. Forever hold your peace. You froze. You froze.
My computer's downloading the last video, so it's affecting my internet. So, all right, guys. Okay. As far as I was concerned, this was just right now. Ollie was coming back on to help people who wanted to set up, and you guys have jumped back on. Ollie, I appreciate it. Very, very late at night, so big brownie points to you, my friend. Thank you. The boot camp, Simon. Should we make a decision for the boot camp?
Yeah, I'm just going to say. Yeah, let's do the boot camp. Well, bearing in mind, we're no longer going to be doing Wednesday and Thursday Zooms.
No.
So the question we need to ask ourselves, do we want to replace that with a boot camp? Because people are in a habit, a few people are in a habit of doing it.
Well, if we did...
How long are the boot camp sessions? How long are the boot camp sessions?
They can vary, but generally speaking, they can be between 10 minutes and half an hour, depending on how many Q&As there are sort of afterwards.
Yeah.
They're really designed to be bite-sized, easy to digest training videos or training presentations that are often followed by Q&As.
How many sections?
We would do 5.
Are there?
We do 5.
5.
Yeah.
So if we do 5, would it make sense to get a couple out of the way this week? Because the ads are starting on Monday.
Well, people got it in their mind.
Yeah. Sherry, I'll look at your question in a moment if you don't mind. I've just noticed it. I will look at it in a second. Let's just sort this one out first. Well, shall we say? I mean, we're just going to commit everybody, but they're going to have to make it. Let's commit. Let's just say, should we do tomorrow and Thursday, and then do the others next week? If we, all right. So Ollie, executive decisions. So if we do Wednesday, Thursday this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, that's 5. Does that work for you?
I will check the diary. We can certainly do it, but it might have to be at various times across the days.
Okay.
So we certainly can't do tomorrow.
We normally unify. We normally unify our Zooms at 8 o'clock. So whether we do it on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Right. Yeah, as kind of creatures of habit. So, well, I'll tell you what. Let's do something different, Ollie. As we're creatures of habit, let's just say it's going to be 8 o'clock, and you tell us what dates are available.
Okay, I'll find out. I'll come back to you on group with that.
But set it that it's going to be 8 p.m. Yeah.
Okay.
And you tell us what dates.
We'll set it at 8 p.m. I'll check. Yeah. I'll come back.
And we'll tell everyone what dates you've got, so we're fitting it around you to work for you. Yeah. Because what we need more than anything else is we need you guys doing all your magic stuff at the back end, because you can do all the witchcraft and all the stuff that makes it happen, and we'll just crack on and talk to people. All right. In that case, thank you for coming back on. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I'm still getting messages from people who didn't see that we're doing this one. So let's just answer Sherry's question, because I had. Let me just scroll back up. So, okay, so we got Andy. And Sherry, it was the question that you sent me directly, wasn't it? My apologies. Bear with me. I'll look on here. There she is. Okay. So here's the question then, Ollie. It seems the link that we have to send out to prospects has our message to us right at the top. That's not right, is it?
I didn't hear any of that.
Sherry sent me a message, and she sent me a screenshot. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, good, right. Sherry sent me a message, and she said, it seems the link that we have to send out to prospects has our message to us at the top. That's not right, is it? So she's sent me a screenshot, and I don't know if you can actually see this. Can you see what I'm putting there?
Are you able to share your screen, Roger?
I'll have to get a cable, because
you are literally breaking on every other word, so I can't understand the question.
Right,
mine. Do you want me to share mine, seeing as I've got the screenshot?
Yeah, do that, please, Sherry.
Your Wi-Fi is worse than John's, Roger.
It's because I'm still downloading the video from the previous one, and it's just taking so much bandwidth.
Ah, okay.
Can you see that? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I sent the link to myself just to check it, and it said, "Hey Sherry, this is the conversation your winner's circle will, you know, that bit there." So I thought, oh, that doesn't sound right. So I sent it to Dorothy.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what happens when you send it to yourself.
Yeah, but then I sent it to Dorothy, my link to Dorothy, to check if it was that's what happened when you send it to yourself. So I sent it to Dorothy, but that's what when Dorothy clicked on it, that's what she got.
Is Dorothy in your group?
Yeah.
That'll be why then.
Okay. She's
You
not
need
in my team. She's not
someone
under. She's in my wider team, not my team directly, but she's in the wider team. Yeah.
Is she in the DiVA? Is she in the
Yes.
system?
Yes.
Right, she's in the system, so it recognises her as being part of the system.
Ah, okay, fine. Thank you.
You need to
Okay.
send it to someone who isn't in the system for
Lovely.
them to receive a different flow.
Right. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you very much.
Bit of a Columbo jobby, that.
The beauty, though, of sending it to yourself, and it is that you can see the how a prospect would see it. That's the idea. So it's talking to you as if, well, you are the member, and it's showing you what the prospect would receive. Because your friend Dorothy is in the system already, it's going to show her the same thing because the system recognises she's already in the system.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Right.
Okay, good stuff, guys. Cheers, Ollie. Thanks very much.
Oh, look, there's a quick question come in.
Yeah, it's Andy Brown asking if you want to join IM.
Well, actually, I'll be honest with you. I have got to remain MLM neutral, obviously. Because,
yeah. And if he had Andy, you're too late.
Yeah, way too late.
One thing, Ollie. One thing. Got something in the questions. You know, when people are being set up. I need to find a message that someone sent me.
I've got to say though, I like that question from Andy because that's the whole point, isn't it? You never bloody know, and you should always ask. You never know, and always ask.
Absolutely.
That's good going. Because how funny would it have been if I'd have said actually no, and I'm interested. So yeah, light me up.
It'd been even funnier if you'd turned around and said, "That's one of those pyramid things, isn't it?" Message from here's the message. Message I got from one of the guys, and he said when he's trying to set himself up, it's asking what is my IM Momentum business ID. Now I think that John has got it from when I sent the links over. He went through to my link, and on the front page it says I'm in IM Momentum. It's a tagline. It's not the name of the business. The business is IM Academy. Can you make a note and have him change on the setup? The question shouldn't be what is my IM Momentum business ID. It's what is my IM Academy business ID. Because people don't understand what they're asking.
1 second. I'll find 1 second because I'll write that down.
Oh, and David Jones had a question as well. Yeah, David Jones had a question as well, Simon.
Can you just repeat what needs to be changed to?
Can you change it from IM Momentum Business ID to IM Academy Business ID? So it's just one word changing.
To IM Academy. Yeah.
IM Academy.
Okay.
And David Jones has a question. What are you and I going to do with all the spare time now? He thinks we're going to have some spare time. David wants to know what are you and I going to do with all the spare time now we're not doing the Zooms. It's like, yeah, really, yeah. In about 75.
I'm going to do one.
About 75 million three-way calls a day. So, right, that's it then, guys. Thank you for this. Thank you, Ollie. Much appreciated. Time for a rest now. I'm knackered now.
No problem.
All right. Bye, everybody.
I'll be up all night.
Oh, I know.
See ya.
I know.
Okay, take care, guys.
See you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.